This is Big Mac Pimp Daddy, a 6'7", 400-pound running back out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And after Baton Rouge went 0-11 last year as a high school football team, they went out and recruited and didn't know that they had the baddest man on campus. Big Mac Pimp Daddy is a senior and he did not once come out and try out for football, but one thing that he's known for is getting all of the girls and eating all of the Big Mac. Coach saw him on campus and said, "I cannot pass this up. Can you come play for our football team?" So Big Mac Pimp Daddy told Coach that I've never played a snap of football in my life, but my dream has always been to play running back. I will not play D-line, O-line. I want to play running back. Just because I'm 400 pounds don't mean I can't be a skilled position. Coach said, with all due respect, I don't care the size or what position you want to play. I will let you play whatever you want. The look in your eyes got that look that you got the dog in. I mean, Big Mac Pimp Daddy said one thing, "Coach, I will be at the first game, and on 1st and 10, look how he strikes out. It doesn't matter how big he is moving at that size. And it doesn't matter how many Big Macs he eat, he is going to get to that end zone with bad intentions." Big Mac Pimp Daddy didn't have the best living situation. I mean, he grew up in the trenches. I mean, absolutely grew up in the trenches. I mean, every day in the neighborhood, he is out there playing football with his friends, but he never had the confidence to come out and try out for a high school football team just because he was scared that he was going to fail or everyone would make fun of him just because he's 400 pounds, but he's actually a dog. But Coach would bribe Big Mac Pimp Daddy. He said, however many touchdowns you get is how many Big Macs you get. But he in the game off of 7 total TDs and picks up his first 3 offers, and this is amazing. And he went back and told his mom, and his mom was in absolute tears because no one ever believed in Big Mac Pimp Daddy. But the only thing that Big Mac Pimp Daddy struggled in was school. He could not stay in the books. He was too busy going out getting girls' numbers and getting Big Macs all day instead of focusing on school, keeping his GPA up so he could get into a great D1 school. And Coach talked to him and said, "Big Mac Pimp Daddy, you have to stay in those books so you can stay eligible for this football team." Coach told him that you're gonna have to get a tutor. And Big Mac Pimp Daddy said, "Coach, no disrespect to you, but I am not financially stable to be getting a personal tutor." Coach said, "Let me tell you one thing. Who brought you in this thing? I did. So I will get you anything you need to succeed in this world." And as you can see on 1st and 10, Big Mac Pimp Daddy almost took it to the house. But on 2nd and 2, he would tote that ball, break one tackle, and dive for 6. He would go on to get player of the game with 4 total TDs, and he pick up another offer from Ole Miss. Things are getting serious. Things had turned for a change. Big Mac Pimp Daddy missed his first practice, and Coach said, "You know what? I'm going to ride past his neighborhood that night." Big Mac Pimp Daddy always needed a ride home from practice, so Coach knew exactly where he was hanging out at and where he dropped him off at, and he rode past there, and Big Mac Pimp Daddy was with 3 different girls. Coach said, no, this is not finna go down. I'm finna shut all of this down right now. He went over to Big Mac Pimp Daddy and said, "Why did you miss practice?" Big Mac Pimp Daddy said, "Coach, I didn't have a ride home." Coach said, "You know I always give you ride home, so you gotta come up with a better excuse." Said, "All right, Coach, it's all my fault. I'm sorry for lying. I had 3 friends that wanted to hang out with me right here, and I just didn't want to pass up on it." And Coach said, "You know what? Better yet, I got you at the next practice." When I say Coach rode him till tomorrow, I mean Coach rode him all day. I mean, rode him until his eyes were blurry, and he almost walked off that field. But Coach said, "You're not going anywhere. You're going to toughen up, and you're going to be one of the greatest players that ever came out of this program." The Big Mac Pimp Daddy ended the game off with 6 total TDs and picked up another offer from Texas Tech. Big Mac Pimp Daddy has never missed another practice ever since then. He has been on time to everything, and Coach said, "Hey, man, I need you to be a leader for this team." And he said, "I absolutely got you, Coach. I love this game so much, and I want to go to the next level as much as I can, but I mean, if I don't, I don't, but it's always been a dream." Coach said, "Son, you have nothing to worry about. Just keep your head in those books and keep your head on this football." And he did so, and as you can see going into the next play, he will hit that hole and hit it outside, and he would break one tackle and almost go all the way. But on 1st and 10, as you can see, he was following behind his blocks, and oh my God, ran around him and got in that end zone for 6, and he was absolutely fired up. The only problem that Big Mac Pimp Daddy had was every time that he would rush for a long touchdown, he would have to go hit his inhaler. And Coach said, "You are gonna have to lose weight. If you want to go to that next level and survive in it, you have to lose weight." He ends the game off of 7 total TDs and picks up an offer from West Virginia. A Big Mac Pimp Daddy came up to Coach and said, "Coach, I have a problem and I have some big news that I have to tell you. Coach said, man, please tell me that you're not quitting on me. He said, no, coach, it is worse than that. Big Mac Pimp Daddy has gotten one of the girls pregnant and now he has to be a father and he has to step up to the plate. Coach said, I mean, what are you going to do? What are you going to do with school? What are you going to do with football? How are you going to provide for it? And Big Mac Pimp Daddy said, coach, I'm going to have to step up to the plate. I made that decision and I'm going to rock with my decision. That is my child. Coach said, son, I will be there for you every step of the way. Just please don't quit on me. Please go get your degree. Please get your diploma and do not quit, son. I see a lot of potential in you and you were a dog in football. He said, I would never quit, but coach, I got one more problem. But I ended the game off with 4 total TDs and got another offer from Northwestern. The other problem that Big Mac Pimp Daddy was having was that his mother was kicking him out of the house for having a baby and he was not going to be able to raise it in her house. He told coach, man, I do not want to go homeless. I don't want to go on these streets, coach. I don't know where to go. And coach said, you know what, man, I'm going to take you in and you can stay at my house and anything that you need, I will have you. Big Mac Pimp Daddy said, coach, I thank you so much. I literally had nowhere to go and you were my last resort, coach. And I promise you, I will make you proud. And Big Mac Pimp Daddy started to get A's and B's and he ended the game off of 5 total TDs and picked up a dream come true offer from Alabama. Nick Saban reached out. Big Mac Pimp Daddy has been off to a good start ever since he moved in with coach. I mean, coach has had him on the right page, eating the right stuff. He even has started to lose some weight a little bit and he's moving a little quicker out there on that field. And as you can see, it could go all the way for 6 and he was not playing early on. And there is nothing that's holding him back anymore. He has a personal trainer, a personal tutor, and there is nothing for him not to succeed now. On 2nd and 3, as you can see, he hits it up that right sideline and he could and he would go all the way for 6, but on 2nd and 10, Big Mac Pimp Daddy gets that ball and he could go all the way for 6 and he told them, shut the city down cause I'm here. Coach came up to him and said, so are you and that girl on good terms? And he said, coach, I'm not gonna lie to you, we are not, but I'm gonna take care of my son. And I end the game off with 5 total TDs. And as you can see, I get an offer from Wake Forest. But coach came up to Big Mac Pimp Daddy and said, hey man, every time you score, I cannot keep giving you Big Macs. You gotta lose weight. Big Mac Pimp Daddy said, coach, this is what you promised me when I came to this football team. You said you will get whatever I need to make me succeed on this football team. Coach said, listen here, son, you got 2 options. You either listen to me or just get off of this team because I'm giving you everything. I'm letting you stay with me. I'm getting you personal trainers. I'm getting you anything that you need to be successful in this life. And you can't just take away Big Mac. He said, but coach said, but don't butt me, son. Coach said, the only way I'm going to get you to see at the next level at the college football program is to stop giving you Big Macs every time you score. And Big Mac Pimp Daddy told coach, he said, I agree. I will stop and I will show you better than I can that I will score even without getting a Big Mac. And I promise you, I will break all the records and I will get all the offers and I will be a top 5 running back in this program. Here, as you can see on 2nd and 7, Big Mac Pimp Daddy takes it to the crib for 6 and give all praises to the Most High. And as you can see, he gets player of the game with 5 total TDs and he picked up an offer from Ohio State. Oh my God. Big Mac Pimp Daddy had ran into some problems. Coach had came home and Big Mac Pimp Daddy was smoking. Not only did he get suspended from the round 2 football game, but who knows if Big Mac Pimp Daddy is gonna come back. But as you can see, coach gave him another chance and he is back for the round 3 playoff game. Coach said, if I ever come home and I see drugs in my house, son, the next time you will be out of here and you will have nowhere to stay. I gave you my all and you just gonna treat me like that. Big Mac Pimp Daddy said, coach, I will never do it again. I was just trying to relieve some stress. But he gets player of the game with 5 total TDs and pick up another offer from Notre Dame. Big Pimp Mac Daddy has thanked coach for all he has done for him and thank him for getting him to this moment. All of this football has put so much joy to him that he never thought would put to him, and now he's in the state championship game. Coach said, with all due respect, I really appreciate you coming on and believing in me, developing you, son. I seen it in your eyes when I first saw you that you had that dog in. On 1st and goal, they stopped you, but as you could see on 2nd and goal, he gets a sweep and take it in for 6. Big Pimp Mac Daddy said, Coach, I'm sorry for everything that I put you through and everything that I've done that wasn't the right thing. And I promise you, I will bring home this state championship just for you, Coach. And thank you for bringing me on. And all the offers that I got is just amazing and mind-blowing, Coach. Big Pimp Mac Daddy said he would have never thought that he had another option to get himself out of where he's from and take him to another level to leave the streets alone. Coach said, promise me something, son, that you go get your diploma and a degree. And he get player of the game with 6 total TDs and an offer from TCU and a state championship. Big Pimp Mac Daddy was faced with the biggest decision of his life. So he went up to Coach and said, Coach, is there any way you could lead me in the right direction? And Coach said, son, I got you. Big Mac Pimp Daddy was faced with one of the biggest decisions of his life. And after having to move out of Coach's crib, he didn't know where to go and what college to commit to. So Coach gave him some help. After further decision, he is committing to Notre Dame University. It's time to get it on. This is Big Mac Pimp Daddy first practice at Notre Dame University, and he is here to earn his respect. And as you can see, he will boom over you and get up that field with bad intentions. Shoot, oh my God, they made him flip. After moving out with Coach and going to college and moving out of Louisiana, he has no one to depend on. He only has his son. That makes him the dog that he is today. He takes it out on that field and he does not play. Oh my God, he jukes and get up that right side, and oh my God, he breaks a tackle. And could Big Mac Pimp Daddy break loose? Yes, he can. He will run him over and the whole team rallies the ball. And Coach said, good job practice. You're in no danger of losing your starting position. We're going into our first game against Temple. On 2nd and 10, I will juke and get up that field with bad intention. And it looks like no one would catch the 400-pound running back because he could and he would go all the way for 6. Here, as you can see, on 2nd and 12, I will have an outside zone. I bounce it. Boom! Oh my God, get out of my way. And I will go get the first down. But on 1st and 10, as you can see, I hit it right up the middle. I juke break another tackle. And as you can see, I am off to the races. And will anyone catch? Yes, they will. I got shoestring tackle. But as you can see, on 3rd and 3, I will punch that ball. And every time we get down to that goal line, you know who to get that ball to. Big Mac Pimp Daddy. But on 1st and 10, as you can see, they were rallying that ball, but somehow I almost got away. Here, as you can see, on 1st and 10, I have an inside zone, but I break one tackle. That should have been a tackle for loss, but I get up that sideline and boom! Oh my God, I welcome him to college. We're going into the next play on 1st and 10. I have a stretch play, and as you can see, I hit that outside. No one would have ever thought the 400-pound running back would be outrunning all of these skill players. But as you can see, I break the rushing yard school record with 264 yards. That is so impressive for a freshman. But as you can see, I get player of the game with 3 total TDs and 331 yards. On to our next game against the number 7 seed 1-0 Michigan. On 1st and 10, as you can see, I was trying to break loose. I tried to hit that outside, break one tackle, and I will get pushed out of bounds. Here, as you can see, on 2nd and 7, I am 400 pounds, and I promise you, I will find my way into that end zone, and I run right up that middle. I am going coast to coast every time. On 1st and 10, as you can see, I hit that outside. I find a hole, and oh my God, I about broke loose, but I get shoestring tackle. Big Mac Pimp Daddy, every time he touches that ball on 1st and 10, he's taking it for 10 or more every time. Here, as you can see, on 3rd and 3, he will bounce that ball outside. Juke will even get up that field, break one tackle, and oh my God, he could and he would go all the way for 6. Going into the next play on 3rd and 12, if Big Mac Pimp Daddy keeps this up, catching the ball out of the backfield, he will be an NFL prospect. It's a complete dog. But on the next play on 3rd and 4, as you can see, Juke, oh my God, he needs to catch his balance and get up the field. And oh my God, I could and I would go all the way. He is a problem in college football. Nail the ball in the old-fashioned way. I get player of the game with 3 total TDs and 168 yards. On to our next game against 2-0 Purdue, I have a counter play. And as you can see, I juke and weave. Oh my God, I catch my balance and I could get up that field with bad intentions, but I get shoestring. Here, as you can see, on 1st and 10, I have an outside play again. And as you can see, I would hit this sideline and I could and I would juke. Oh my God, I did not make a miss and they all rally to the ball. Here, as you can see, on 2nd and 14, I would show them on this counter play why I'm the greatest college football player to ever touch a football at 400 pounds at running back, and I would and I could and I could and I would take it all the way for 6. Just look at his little waddle as he goes. But on 2nd and 13, I have an outside kind of boom. Oh my God, get out of my way, and he could get up that field with bad intentions. And will he go? No, he will not. He will get shoestring. Going into the next one on 2nd and 13, I am eating this counter play up and I juke. Oh my God, I break 2 tackles and I will give him that stiff arm. Will it be strong enough? No, it will not. Here, as you can see, it's 17 and 14 and we have no seconds on that clock, and the quarterback did not throw it my way. He would throw it up for a Hail Mary and they would not catch the ball. We were going to lose our first game. I had a horrible game. I had a game off of 0 rushing TDs. On to our next game against the number 73 Michigan State. It's time to get them their first L, and oh my God, he lucky I stepped out of bounds because I would have went for 6, but on 1st and 10, I bounced it right back up that middle and I could and I would go on. Boom! Oh my God, I ran him over for 6. Going to the next one on 1st and 10. When I say a train is coming through, a train is coming through, so get out of my way. I'm not scared. I will run straight through you and I will run coast to coast, and as you can see, I will get shoestring tackle. But going to the next one on 1st and 10, I hit it back right side. Oh my God, I juke and I get up that sideline and I'm just outrunning all of these skilled players. Who could imagine this 400-pound running back? Going to the next one on 1st and 10, as you can see, I catch that ball back foot. I break one tackle because he's a little boy to me, and as you can see, I would juke. Oh my God, I made him miss and they will finally bring me down. But going to the next play on 3rd and inch, and as you can see, I have an outside zone and I would hit it back outside, hit it up that right sideline, and I could and I would go all the way, run him over. Oh my God. Going to the next one on 1st and 10, as you can see, I had a left outside zone, but as you can see, I bounce it back right side, and I would get up that right sideline and have a 1 minute beat, and I would beat them all the way. I get player of the game with 4 total TDs and 338 yards. On to our next game against the number 4 seed Oklahoma. It's another rainy game, and I have to turn it up, but boom, oh my God, get out of my way, and I will hit that right sideline, and I couldn't. I would get pushed out of bounds, but going into the next play on 2nd and goal, I will punch it right up that middle and run him over. Here, as you can see on 1st and 10, I don't know how he's so big punching through those little holes like that, but Big Mac Pimp Daddy will find a way. But going into the next play on 1st and 10, as you can see, he bounced it out left sideline, and I told you every time he touched that ball, he would take it for 10 or more. But going into the next play on 2nd and 10, it is 14-7, and we need to change this scoreboard. We need to be blowing them out to give them their first loss. And oh my God, Big Mac Pimp Daddy, he could and he would strikes out for a TD, and he could go all the way. And that is a name to remember. But on 2nd and 5, boom, oh my God, he laid me out, and I was not going for that, but we nailed the ball to Eminem the old-fashioned way, and as you can see, we will go on and win the ball game. I had to game off of 2 total TDs and 290 yards. To our next game against 2-2 Arizona State. I'm getting kind of tired of the rain, but it's raining every game, so we have to get used to it. But on 1st and 10, I try to get that first down, and I cannot. But on 2nd and 6, as you can see, I have a read option. I will catch that ball, and I will juke, and he did not go anywhere. I brought him off of me, and I got brought down. As you can see on 2nd and 7, I have an outside zone, and oh my God, get off of me, and I will break one tackle, and I could get up that left sideline. Juke, oh my God. Big man have some moves. But on 1st and 10, as you can see, I hit it left sideline, and they are rallying that ball, but I will break another school record. Going into the next play on 2nd and 8, we have another stretch play, and I'm trying to find that end zone, and I just cannot. But I mean, they are rallying that ball all night. But going into the next play on 3rd and 8, I will catch that ball out of that backfield. Juke, oh my God, get out of my way, and I will go the way for 6. I finally found that end zone, like I said, but on 1st and 10, I have a counter play, and I will run him over and juke and break a tackle, but he drills me. But going into the next play on 3rd and 12, as you can see, I bounce it outside, and I could, and I would dive in that end zone for 6, and I was absolutely fired up. We're going to win the game. I get player of the game with 2 total TDs and 175 yards. Going into our next game against the number 2 seed USC, it's time to knock them off, and as you can see, I juke and get that first down and almost break for more, but I just fell down. But on 1st and 10, as you can see, I hit that hole and bounce it back outside, but I get shoestring. But going into the next play on 3rd and 3, it was one man, and I lowered my head to go in that end zone. But going into the next play on 1st and 10, as you can see, I called for that ball. He did not throw that ball, but I stayed with my route, and I caught that ball, and as you can see, I will juke, make 2 miss, and break 1 tackle, and then they get brought down. But as you can see, we're down by 7, and on 1st and goal, I dive in with my 2nd touchdown of the game. But on 2nd and 7, as you can see, I will break 1 tackle and go on with my 3rd touchdown of the game. But on 2nd and goal, I will run that ball up the middle for my 4th touchdown of the game. And as you can see, we will go on and win the ball game. I get player of the game with 5 total TDs and 251 yards. Now for knocking down the Trojans, I mean, we were out there celebrating like we done won the championship. We still have games to be played. On to our next game against 5-2 Air Force. I started off intense on 2nd and 6 as I catch that ball and juke and make 2 defenders miss, and I will get up that field with bad intentions for 6. Here, as you can see on 1st and 10, I want to bring the whole crowd every time I run that ball, so I would deny to come down, and I was fired up. But going to the next play on 2nd and 6, as you can see, I have outside zone, and I bounce it back upside. I will run him over and almost get in that end zone. But on 1st and goal, as you can see, I will run it straight up the middle for 6. But going to the next play, I absolutely run a great route. I'm wide open. There are no defenders near me, and the quarterback just overthrow me, and I did not catch the ball. But going into the next play, I will run that ball outside, and as you can see, I had 2 men to beat, and I will run him over, and I will break 1 tackle and almost break another tackle. He will bring me down. But going to the next play on the goal line, as you can see, I have a counter play, and I will run it in for 6. And as you can see, I break another school record, and this time this is the rushing TD record, and I break Jerome Bettis' record. Oh my God. But as you can see, we will go on and win the ball game. I had to get him off for 3 total CDs. On to our next game against 3-4 Navy, we were off to a good start on 1st and 10. As you can see, I take it for a pretty big yard gain, and I run him over, and I got up like I was the man because I was absolutely fired up. But on 1st and 10, as you can see, I have an outside zone, and I will hit that outside, bounce it back upside, and as you can see, I will break a tackle, and I could, and I would go all the way, but I get shoestring. On to the next play on 3rd and 2, we have a counter play, and as you can see, Big Mac Pimp Daddy hits that outside, and he is outrunning all of these skill players at 400 pounds. I told you, he got on that treadmill and went crazy. We're going to the next play on 2nd and 10. As you can see, we had a read option, and he pitched it to me, and I got up that field, and as you can see, I ran him over. I was in for a touchdown, but they didn't count it. But on 2nd and 1, as you can see, I hit it right up the middle for 6, and I run both of them over. Here, as you can see, we're up 34-3, and I wanted to add a little icing on the cake, and on 1st and 10, I boom, oh my God, I ran him over to end the game off, and I was not playing. But as you can see, we will go on and win the ball game, and I get player of the game with 315 yards and 3 total TDs. Our next game against the number 2 seed A&O Pittsburgh. On 2nd and 12, I almost went and got the first down, but I was just CR short. But going into the next play on 1st and 10, they could have had a tackle for loss, but as you can see, I made 3 defenders miss and get up that field with bad intentions. But I mean, we completely just could not score on Pittsburgh. But as you can see, on 2nd and 7, I got up that sideline juke for no reason, but I got up that field. I mean, here as you can see, if you take a look at that scoreboard, we have never been beat this bad. It is 27-0 on the 3rd quarter, and it's 3rd and 1, and I cannot get up that field. I mean, they are rallying that ball. But here as you can see on 4th and 16, I don't know what coach was doing, but he called an inside zone on 4th and 16. I mean, I think he just gave up. But on 2nd and 3, going into the next play, as you can see, I tried to to outrun everybody, but the game was already over. We lost the game. Going to our next game against 73 BYU. As you can see, I was stuck, but I juked and oh my God, I bounced it back outside. I made one defender miss because I will outrun him, hit that sideline, and I am off to the races. I throw him off of me, and oh my God, I got pushed out of bounds. Doing what I do special, I catch that ball out of bounds, and on 1st and 10, I will go get that first down. We're going to the next one on 3rd and 6. As you can see, I run another route, and I will catch that ball out of the backfield, and oh my God, I break a tackle and almost break another one to keep going, but on 1st and goal, I will punch that ball, and you know who to get that ball to. Big Mac Pimp Daddy. Here, as you can see on 2nd and 1, I run an inside zone, and I will take it all the way for 6. We're going to the next one on 1st and 10. As you can see, I have another inside zone and juke. Oh my God, I made both of them miss, and when I get stuck, that is my go-to. I will juke out of a bad situation and make it into a good situation. Go all deep, wait for 6. Going into the next one on 2nd and 10. As you can see, I have a stretch play, and I will make one defender miss. I will bounce it back outside and outrun this whole team, and I could and I would go all the way 4, 6, and I mean absolutely, he is fired up. Big Mac Pimp Daddy is not playing. But going to the next one on 1st and 10, as you can see, I have an inside zone. I will bounce it back outside, and oh my God, I will run him over and get that first down, and I will break another record for rushing yards, and I broke Barry Sanders' record. Ooh, going to win the ball game. I get player of the game with 302 yards and 4 total TDs. Going to our next game against 4 and 7 Stanford, we have a counter play, and as you can see, I will bounce it outside, run him over, and oh my God, I made him fly, and that was crazy. I put him on a 4th lift, but on 2nd and 9, as you can see, I run it straight up that middle. I break one tackle, and I could and I will break another one and go all the way. I mean, I'm bringing them a load all game. Here, as you can see on 1st and 10, I have another stretch and I juke. Oh my God, I outrun him and I could hit that right sideline and I will get shoestring tackle. But going into the next play on 3rd and 10, as you can see, I'm doing what I do special, running right side of the backfield, and he throws it and I will deliver the catch and I will get up that field and almost go, but they bring me down. Going into the next play on 2nd and 6, as you can see, Big Mac Pimp Daddy hits that right sideline and almost breaks loose, but they knock him out of bounds. But going into the next play on 2nd and 12, as you can see, I bounce it back inside and I run him over, but I cannot get in. As you can see, the game has went into overtime, and Big Mac Pimp Daddy will punch it in to tie the game up. That wasn't enough. They were going to win the ball game. And as you can see, I ended the game off on rushing TD, and with all the L's we took, and we are not going to the conference championship game. But as you can see, Big Mac Pimp Daddy has won Heisman his freshman year. That is amazing and spectacular. Going into our bowl game against 75 Kentucky, it's some way that we're going to come around with this trophy in the ring. But going into the next one on 2nd and 3, as you can see, Big Mac Pimp Daddy hits that hole, and he hits it with a burst of speed, and he could and he would go all the way. He almost goes for 6, but he gets brought down. Going into the next play on 3rd and inches, as you can see, he is still searching for his first touchdown of the game, but he jukes and gets brought down. I mean, they are rallying that ball. But going into the next play on 2nd and 10, he hits it right up the middle, and as you can see, he has 1 minute beat. He will run him over for 6. After that, Big Man Pimp Daddy went ape. I mean, he did not stop it on 2nd and 4. He juked and weaved and got up that field, and he kept his foot on the pedal for the rest of the game. And he is a dog. But as you can see on 4th and goal, he will punch it in with his last TD of the game, and he was absolutely fired up. But as you can see, we are bold champion. This is the end of Big Mac Pimp Daddy freshman season. Big Mac Pimp Daddy has chose to transfer to Eastern Michigan University. Eastern Michigan hasn't won a title since 1987, and Big Mac Pimp Daddy is known for changing programs around. As you can see, they are ranked 5 in their conference, and work is needed to be done. But the only problem that we're facing is Big Mac Pimp Daddy is coming in as the 2nd string running back. He has to prove himself. Going into my first practice at Eastern Michigan as the 2nd string running back. Oh my God, boom! I ran him over and showed them why I was Heisman last year. There's one thing I promise, coach, we are gonna turn this program around, and boom! Oh my God, juke! Oh my God, I get up that field with bad intentions. Big Mac Pimp Daddy juking and weaving and getting up that field. Oh my God. And I told the defense, every snap I give, I'ma give it to y'all, and I promise y'all there's no more losing in this program. Coach did a great job at practice. You could challenge for that next string next week. Going into our first game against FCS East, coach put me in the game pretty early in the first quarter, and I got a pretty big gain to start it off. Sadly, I got sent right back to the bench, but our offense was driving down that field, and I was just so eager to get back out there and show them why I'm that #1 running back, and I would change this program around. But here, as you can see, we would go on and kneel the ball to win our first game, and I ended the game off of 1 reception and 16 receiving yards. Coach Chris Creighton has gave me the chance to move up the depth chart and be running back #1, and I catch a one-hand pass early on. And going into the next play, as you can see, I'm special catching that ball out of that backfield, and I will get you off of me and keep moving up that field with bad intentions. And just that run alone gave coach all he needed to tell me that I'm that #1 running back, but I still wanted more. And as you can see, Big Mac Pimp Daddy hit that outside, and he could and he would, boom, get off of me and go in for 6. Coach Creighton said, congratulations, you are now our #1 running back. On to our next game against 0-1 Penn State on 1st and 10. Started off in boom, intense. Big Mac Pimp Daddy took it for a pretty big yard gain, and on 3rd and 7, he is being special, catching that ball out of the backfield and trying to get him off of me, and they try to strip that ball, but they are not strong enough. Duke, oh my God, on 2nd and 6, he gets up that field, and he could and he would, oh my God, make a mess, but they rallied that ball. Coach said, hey man, you for a load. And I said, I know, coach, feed me that ball and I'm going to get it in that end zone. But on 1st and 10, we have a read option. I will catch the ball, hit it outside, and I could see that end zone, and I would go all the way for 6. And I was absolutely fired up with my teammates. I mean, Big Mac Pimp Daddy has been catching that ball out of the backfield recently. Juke, oh my God, made a miss. He was reaching for help, and I get up that field with bad intentions, try to run him over, but he brings me down. But we get to the goal line, and I call for that ball and go in for 6. And I say, I want it all. But we win the game. Tying the game off for 2 total TDs. Going into our next game against 1-1 Rutgers on 3rd and 3. I went up to get it. You didn't think that 400-pound running back could go up and get it, but he did. I said, hey man, let's run a trick play, and I absolutely threw it to the ground. That would never happen again. But going into the next play on 1st and 10, we have a read option, and I would juke, make him get out of the way and go all the way up the field, try to carry him to the end zone, but I did not. As you can see on 1st and goal, I ran a route, and I would take it in for 6. But going into the next play on 3rd and 7, I run it right across the middle, and it will get intercepted, but I will make sure to put him to the ground. Going to the next one on 2nd and 10, Big Mac Pimp Daddy has been running routes out of the backfield, and that 400 pounds is going for, so I provide you the boom, get out of my way. But on 2nd and 1, as you can see, I will hit it right up the middle, juke, and almost get loose, but I get shoestring. Here, as you can see on 2nd and 10, you thought the play was dead by running into my teammate, but I will outrun everybody and dive in the end zone for 6 because I'm that man. And on 1st and goal, I will run him over because I'm a grown man. We will nail the ball to end the game, and as you can see, we will go on and win the ball game. Tying the game off for 4 total TDs. To our next game against 1-2 Ball State. Start off intense. I have a stretch play, and Big Mac Pimp Daddy would dive for 6, and he took it all the way to the crib. But on 2nd and 6, as you can see, I'm reading my blocks outside. I juke and weave and get brought down. But on 1st and 10, as you can see, I run a route out of that backfield, and I juke and get brought down again. But here, as you can see on 3rd and goal, Big Mac Pimp Daddy was fighting to get in the end zone, but he did not get in. And on 1st and 10, he will outrun all of these skilled players and go in for 6. And he told them boys, come on, because he won it all. And on 2nd and 2, as you can see, he hit it outside. Oh my God, made a miss. And he could get up that field, and he could, and he would hit that right sideline because he's his best friend and go all the way for 6. As you can see, we were going to win the ball game, and I ended the game off for 4 total TDs. On to our next game against 0-4 Buffalo, we are going to treat them as such. Trash. And on 1st and 10, as you can see, I would hit that sideline and almost break loose, but I get shoestring. And on 3rd and 3, I was breaking tackles and muscling through to get that 1st down, and I got up and said, you gotta love this game. But on 1st and 10, as you can see, I run around, Chilk. Oh my God, I made a miss, but they rallied that ball, and he slowed me to the ground. I did not like that at all. Big Mac Pimp Daddy sure did get him back on 1st and 10. He would hit that right sideline, and he could, and he would. Oh my God, go back inside, but they all rallied the ball. But on 1st and 10, as you can see, I hit it outside, and I got boom. Oh my God, I ran both of them over. They aren't gonna respect my game. And on 2nd and 3, as you can see, I will throw him off of me because he's a little boy and go in the end zone and told my boys, how many more touchdowns y'all want? I'm gonna give it all to you. But I go into fullback, hit that left sideline, break a tackle, and as you can see, I will hit that sideline, and Big Mac Pimp Daddy could go all the way for 6, and he was absolutely fired up. As you can see, we will go on to win the ball game. I get player of the game with 274 yards and 3 total TDs. On to our next game against 3-2 Army. On 1st and 10, I get a sweep play, hit out, boom, oh my God, ran him over and get up that sideline, try to stiff arm, but they all bring me down. But on 1st and 10, we have a read option with the quarterback, and he pitches me that ball, and I hit that outside, and I have one man to beat, and I lower my shoulder and lay on him. And one thing you are gonna do is you're gonna respect Big Mac Pimp Daddy's game. And on 1st and 10, as you can see, I break one tackle and get up that field with bad intentions. And I have a screenplay, and as you can see, I bounce it back inside and almost get loose, but I did not. But I get on that goal line and boom, go in for 6. As you can see on 1st and 10, we have another read option, and every time I touch that ball, I'm taking it for 10 or a TD. But going into the next play on 1st and 10, I will catch that ball and juke. Oh my God, made him miss, and I will run both of them over and reach for their touchdown. Just look at this bad man on 2nd and 14, juking and weaving. Oh my God, breaking tackles, and he's that man. He will carry you to the touchdown. But as you can see, we're going to win the ball game. I ain't the game off for 2 total TDs. To our next game against 3-3 Ohio did not start off well. They caught me with a -1 yard rush. But when we got down that field on 2nd and 1, I juked and somehow found a way through that hole. I tried to get in for 6, but I did not. But on 2nd and 5, as you can see, I would hit that outside, leave behind that block, try to bounce it back in and find a way, but I did not. But on 2nd and goal, as you can see, I get a pitch for the first touchdown of the game. Here, as you can see on 1st and 10, when I call them jet burners, he will put them on. Oh my God. On 1st and 10, Big Mac Pimp Daddy takes it all the way to crib for 6. Going into the next one on 2nd and 5, I break a tackle. That should have been a tackle for loss. Get up that sideline and boom. Oh my God. Boom. Oh, I'm crazy. But on 1st and 10, I hit it right up the middle to put the icing on the cake. Big Big Mac Pimp Daddy will take it all the way for 6, and he will break another rushing yards record. But as you can see, we're going to win the game. I get player of the game with 3 total TDs. On to our next game against North Illinois. As you can see, they were rallying that ball. I got pushed for a negative 5-yard rush, but on 2nd and 3, we had a read option to get something going. As you can see, I break a tackle, and the whole load came and brought me down. But on 2nd and 10, as you can see, I will hit it outside. Oh my God, look at that spin move. I spent the wrong way though. As you can see, on 2nd and 11, I bounce it outside. Juke, oh my God, I get up that field again, that right sideline, try to run him over, but he brings me down. I still got 4 progress. But on 1st and 10, I will outrun these 2 fools and go in that end zone and dive because I'm that man. But on 2nd and 7, I will run a route out of that backfield and somehow, some way disappear with that jet speed that he has. As you can see, on 2nd and 9, we have a jet option, and I will bounce it out right sideline. He did not make the block for me. I would have been gone. But on 3rd and 9, I run a screen, and as you can see, I will follow those blocks, and I could walk in the end zone for 6. And as you can see, I run a jet option of running in for another one. We were going to win the game, and I end the game off with 4 total TDs. On to our next game against 5-3 Toledo. We had an inside zone, but I bounced it outside because I couldn't find a hole up the middle, so I made a hole outside. And on 1st and 10, as you can see, I will go all the way for 6. And as you can see, I'm not playing. On to the next one, 1st and 10, I run it outside again, and is this the repeat? It might just be, but I get pushed out of bounds. But on 1st and goal, I will punch it in because I'm the plunger. But on 1st and 10, as you can see, I run it outside again. I juke break 2 tackles, and woo, that boy got lucky. I told him to muscle up. I mean, every time I touch that ball, I'm taking it for a 1st down. But going into the next one, 1st and 10, just look at the heart that he has in him. Oh my God, juking at 400 pounds is crazy. Yes, he does it. But as you can see, he will go in that end zone for 6, and we will go on and win the ball game. I get player of the game with 3 total TDs. On to our next game against Western Michigan. Did not start off intense. On 4th and 6, we went for it and got a turnover downs. But on 2nd and 6, going into the next drive, I about broke loose, but I got shoestring. But on 1st and goal, I mean, they were rallying the ball. I just could not get nothing started. But on 2nd and 12, as you can see, I break a tackle, and woo, I'm gone up that right sideline, but I get right down. Going into the next one, on 1st and goal, we have a read option. Juke, oh my God, made him look crazy and run him over in the end zone for 6. But on 2nd and 13, I will bounce it outside, try to make something shake, but nothing is going my way. But on 1st and 10, I get brought down, and he still pitches the ball, and they will pick it up. And as you can see, Big Mac Pimp Daddy will hawk him down for a tackle. Things are getting serious. On 1st and 10, I catch the ball. We have no more timeouts. I juke and weave and try to get up the field to get us in field goal range. But on 1st and 10, I get boomed. And as you can see, that was not enough. We go on to lose our first game. I end the game off with 1 total TD. After taking our first loss and coming out to our next game on 1st and 10, Big Mac Pimp Daddy had set the tone early on because we were losing by 7 points again. We were down. We have never been down. But on 2nd and 12, as you can see, I will hit that right sideline, and I could, and I would. Almost ran out of bounds, and I tried to make it miss. I break 1 tackle, and I finally get brought down. Going to the next one on 1st and 10, juke weave. Oh my God, I will go right up the middle and go in for 6. But on 2nd and 10, as you can see, I would juke. Oh my God, I made him miss, and I could be off to the races. Beat 1 man, and I will do so, and I could, and I would go all the way for 6. Eastern Michigan is the new team in town. On 1st and goal, I would dive in for another one. But on 1st and 10, as you can see, it's 28-7, and I just want to run that scoreboard up. I try to go for another one, but I did not. We will go on and win the ball game, and I end the game off with 3 total TDs. On to our next game against 4-7 Central Michigan. On 3rd and 5, Coach said make some shaking. Big Mac Pimp Daddy took it all the way to the crib. As you can see, on 2nd and 3, he hurdles up in the end zone. Yes, 400 pounds, hurdles up, and he chop blocks this D lineman coming through, and the quarterback throws an interception, and Big Mac Pimp Daddy will go out and stop him. But on 1st and 10, as you can see, he runs a route, and he will juke weave and get up that field and try to go all the way, but he will get brought down. But on 2nd and 10, he runs that ball outside, and he could boom. Oh my God. As you can see, on 1st and goal, he runs it right up the middle and runs him over and carries the other end for a TD. But on 1st and 10, Big Mac Pimp Daddy bounces it outside. He said he wants to run that score all the way up. So we did so, and on 1st and goal, he will boom over him, and he stayed on his feet. But we will go on and win the ball game. I get player of the game with 5 total TDs. On to the conference championship game against 8-4 Kent State. It was time to put on a show, and on 1st and 10, Big Mac Pimp Daddy takes it for a big game early on. But as you can see, on 1st and 10, he will hit it up the hole and try to break loose. He almost got loose, but on 2nd and goal, he will run him over and make him look like a fool and take it in for 6 to take us up 7-0. And on 3rd and 5, he will juke and weave, get back out right sideline, and he could and he would go all the way for 6. I mean, I don't know what got into Big Mac Pimp Daddy. The first 2 touchdowns was his, and the 3rd one will be his as well, as he take it all the way for 6. And on 1st and goal, the 4th TD will be Big Mac's Pimp Daddy's as well. And he said he will be a household name here at Eastern Michigan. But on 1st and 10, look at him fight for that 1st down. But on 1st and goal, he will take it in for his last TD. And as you can see, Eastern Michigan are conference champs since 1987. This is crazy. And Big Mac Pimp Daddy gets Heisman again. On the top ball game again, 6-6 Purdue did not start off intense. I mean, I tried to get up the field, but I only got a 1-yard rush. But on 2nd and goal, I will make sure to reach for that end zone. Oh my God. But on 1st and 10, as you can see, I break a tackle and try to catch my balance, but they rallied the ball. And on 3rd and 3, they were not playing. And I told coach, this is too close of a game. It's time to step it up. And on 1st and 10, I tried to spin, but he hit me out of bounds. But on 1st and goal, I will run him over and said, get off of me and walk in the end zone for 6. But on 1st and 10, as you can see, I hit that right sideline and I will dive because I'm the man. Here, as you can see, it's 21-10, and Big Mac Pimp Daddy will put the icing on the cake. He run into the back of his teammate, but he still will go all the way for 6. And as you can see, we are bowl champions. This is amazing. And this is the end of Big Mac's Pimp Daddy sophomore season. After finishing my sophomore season, coach said, Big Mac Pimp Daddy, we are going to have to be realistic. He said, if you want to go to the NFL, you have to be on the D-line. And I said, coach, how can you tell me such thing? I've gotten Heisman back to back, and I've been playing running back all my career from high school. And coach said, son, just listen. I said, all right, I got you, coach. Going into my first practice on the boom, the D-line. I mean, Big Mac Pimp Daddy was cleaning clocks early on. I mean, he was shooting his hands, hitting his landmarks, and rapping and rolling. And coach said, don't worry, son. You were in no danger of losing your starting position. On to our first game against the number 14 seed ranked Florida Gators. And as you can see, Big Mac Pimp Daddy was hawking that ball down with a tackle early on. In 3rd and 6, he read it and almost had an interception, but he dropped the ball. The Florida Gators will attack early. They go down and only put 3 up. We holded them to a stop. But on 2nd and 13, I absolutely threw him to that ground. And on 2nd and 10, I came because I'm a grown man with my first sack of my career. Coach came up to Big Mac Pimp Daddy and said the change from running back to D-line was an amazing change for you. But he goes in with another sack, and on 1st and 10, as you can see, he tries to stiff arm me, but I manhandle him. As you can see, on 2nd and 12, I was letting these SEC boys know who Big Mac Pimp Daddy is. But on 3rd and 12, I was getting double teamed, and they were taking all the way for 6. Oh, they pissed me off, so I was not playing the rest of the game. I get another tackle for loss, and on 1st and 10, I absolutely ran through that alignment and get to that ground. As you can see, it's 10-7, and they will put 3 on the board to take it 13-7, but I hit him in that backfield again, but they will go on and win the game. That's just not a great start to the season, but I end the game off with 10 total tackles. That's not a bad game. Our next game against 0-3 FCSE, some bums. On 1st and 10, he breaks my tackle and gets up the middle, but he didn't go anywhere. But going to the next play, I tried to get my revenge, and he breaks again. But as you can see, on 2nd and 7, boom, oh my God, absolutely flat ironed that quarterback, and I was turned up with my teammates. But on 1st and 10, I get him again somehow, some way. He got that ball off. And as you can see, on 3rd and 17, I stopped him before he got started. On 3rd and 7, boom, oh my God, I absolutely drilled the QB. But going into the next one, on 2nd and 11, I took him behind that line of scrimmage. But on 1st and 10, I was sitting back in the zone. The quarterback scrambled, and I boomed him. Oh my God, tell him to get some help. Big Mac Pimp Daddy has absolutely been a stud on this D-line. But on 2nd and goal, he drills him again. And on 3rd and goal, he almost has an interception, but he drops it. But on 4th and goal, bam, he gets the sack to put the icing on the cake. And he's that man. I mean, he's a monster. We're going to win the game, and I end the game off with 10 total tackles. On to our next game against 1-1 Iowa. Start off intense. On 2nd and 8, I will go over and hit him and help my teammate get the safety, and that's a way to start the game off. We were not playing. But going to the next one, on 2nd and 6, I absolutely dived at his legs and got a sack on that quarterback. But on 1st and 10, I met him outside and boomed him. But on 2nd and 11, I went and got him again for another sack. how about those Eagles? Because Big Mac Pimp Daddy is a skill player, they put him in the man-to-man, but look at his speed as he gets to that quarterback with bad intentions, but they will only get 3 points. It's now 3-2. But going to the next play, they drive down the field again and put 3 up again, but they're still down. But on 1st and 10, I went and get another sack. I drilled them, but on 1st and 10, bam, I'm not playing. As you can see, we were going to win the ball game. I get player of the game with 6 total tackles, 6 tackles for loss, 1 assisted tackle, and 4 sacks. On to our next game against the number 14 seed Michigan State on 2nd and 8. As you can see, he will drag him to that ground because I'm a grown man. But on 4th and 12, as you can see, I will throw this quarterback to the ground because he's a little boy to me. But on 1st and goal, I will go in with another sack, and I'm not playing on 3rd and goal. Bam! You're going to respect me, but they will kick 3 because that's all that they can get. On 2nd and 5, boom! I met him in the backfield. You are little. But on 2nd and 1, I will meet him again, and he will not get that 1st down. But on 3rd and inches, bam! Oh my God! As you can see on 1st and 10, I'm getting to that ball with bad intention. I made sure to get him behind that line of scrimmage. But on 3rd and 12, I read the screenplay, and I will get over there and bring him to that ground before he got more. And they will kick 3 because I told you that's all that they can get. As you can see on 1st and 10, I went in and got another sack. And on 3rd and 18, I mean, I'm losing this tackle. Coach, you need a sub because he can't guard Big Mac Pimp Daddy. But as you can see, they will kick 3 again. And this time they will go on and win the ball game. I end the game off with 11 total tackles, 8 tackles for loss, and 4 total sacks. On to our next game against 3-1 Central Michigan on 1st and 10. As you can see, I was rallying that ball and drilled him to the ground while my teammate had him on the other half. And I said, you're not going anywhere. And boom, oh my God, I made him do a front flip. And on 3rd and 10, as you can see, the quarterback was throwing the ball, and I met him at an angle and made sure to bring him down. But on 1st and 10, bam, oh my God, a sack. As you can see on 2nd and 17, Big Mac Pimp Daddy came free and got another sack on that quarterback. But on 4th and 14, they will kick 3 to put them on that board early on. But on 1st and 10, I met him in that backfield, but he got a couple yards, but I brought him down and boom, oh my God, this quarterback, he needs help. He has a headache. I mean, I'm delivering that blow all night. I mean, I don't know what has gotten into this running back. I don't know what he thought that he could stiff arm Big Mac Pimp Daddy. I threw him to that ground, but on 3rd and 5, I dip and rip and got to that quarterback and made him fumble that ball. And as you can see, big time players make big time plays, and boom, big time moments, and I will throw him to that ground. But on 1st and 10, I will get to him with another sack. And as you can see, we're going to win the game. I get player of the game with 11 total tackles. On to our next game against 0-4 Buffalo. Let's treat him as such. And as you can see, look how I hit my landmarks, detach myself, and get to that quarterback with bad intentions. But on 1st and 10, I will meet this running back in the backfield. And on 1st and 10, look how I play that outside and hit him as soon as he bounced it out. But as you can see, they will go down the field for 3. But on 1st and 10, I come in with a big sack because I'm Big Mac Pimp Daddy. But on 3rd and 12, that quarterback was sitting in that pocket. I was holding on, but he throws a dot, and his wide receiver could go all the way for 6. Now it's time for revenge. Boom! Oh my God, that was a get back from that last play where we did not get a good pass rush on that quarterback. But on 3rd and 11, as you can see, I dip and rip, and I'm still stuck because they're double teaming me. But I will work my way outside, and you never give up on a play because I got a sack. But they will end us the old-fashioned way. We were going to lose the game. Here, as you can see, I end the game off with 7 total tackles. On to our next game against 3-2 Western Michigan. As you can see, on 3rd and 18, we will get off of that field early on. But on 3rd and 2, I will get to that quarterback and dive at his legs. ACL, MCL, taking that. I'm not playing with him. I talk that trash after the play as well. And on 1st and 10, I will sit back in the zone, absolutely drop the wide receiver. And on 2nd and 10, I will hit him behind the line of scrimmage. I mean, ever since Big Mac Pimp Daddy has switched over to defense, he's been causing nothing but havoc. But the only problem is the offense has been struggling without him. I mean, they don't know what to do. They cannot score at all. Big Mac Pimp Daddy asked Coach, is there any way that I could play both sides of the ball, Coach? I want to help out as much as I can. And Coach said, no, sir, you can. You know what I told Coach? Yes, sir. I will do anything that you say. I will go out there and go do my job. That's to go out there on 1st and 10 and boom, the running back every time I can and knock those buckles loose. But as you can see, I dive at his legs, take ACL, MCL out, and on 3rd and 16, I hit that quarterback and put your hands over your head because that's a safety. But we will go on and lose another game. But I end the game off for 10 total tackles. On to our next game against 2-5 Georgia Southern. As you can see, on 2nd and 7, I will go and wrap and roll. Those Gator rolls are paying off. But on 1st and 10, I will hit him in that backfield and get a safety. I mean, Big Mac Pimp Daddy is known for getting safeties this year. But on 1st and 10, he will go and get another sack. And he was absolutely fired up with his teammates. The only problem that Eastern Michigan is having is they are not coming to practice like a championship team. They are coming out there and going through the motions. I mean, if you look at our record, you can see us translating to the game field, but boom, oh my God, I met him at an angle and I told him I was going to rearrange his shoulder pads when I seen him. But on 4th and 14, they will kick 3 to make the game 12-3. But on 1st and 10, I was stuck. But as you can see, I bounced it outside, made a hit, and I made him fumble, and he missed the ball, and they will recover it. I mean, just look at Big Mac Pimp Daddy. He is relentless to that ball. He never gives up, and he went in with another sack. But on 2nd and 10, he almost had an interception, but he drops that ball. And on 4th and 4, almost another one, and he drops it. Can he get his hands together? I don't know. But on 2nd and 10, as you can see, he will get to that quarterback and throw him to that ground because he is a little boy and he disrespected him. I mean, just looking back at high school, if coach would have put him on that D-line, he could have had top 5 Power 5 offers. But on 4th and 9, he goes in and get another sack to give the team a turnover. And I mean, that's amazing. But we will go on and win the ball game. I get player of the game with 14 tackles, 12 tackles for loss, and 8 sacks and 1 forced fumble. On to our next game against 3-4 Miami. On 2nd and 7, as you can see, this running back got a gang of too much early on, and they will go ahead and settle for 3 points to take them up with 3-0 early on. But on 1st and 10, things just were not going my way. I got pancaked, but I came back in with a sack. I wasn't going to drop my head. I told them boys I was coming for it all, but they will go down and settle for 3 again to take them up 6-0. But I kept that foot on the pedal. I dived at him and got another tackle, and I will get to that running back with bad intentions. Here, as you can see, it's 14-13 with 19 seconds, and I missed the sack, and the quarterback delivers to the wide receiver, and he could go all the way, and he will get stopped at the 1, and they will settle for 3 points, and we will go on to lose another game. I end the game off for 7 total tackles. To our next game against 2-6 Ball State. On 3rd and 9, I boomed him and made him fumble that ball, but the O-lineman will pick it right back up. But on 1st and 10, the quarterback tried to get away, and I will make sure to put him down. But on 1st and 10, boom, oh my God, I threw him to the ground, almost put him in a chokehold. And he would not have liked Big Mac Pimp Daddy after that one. But going into the next play on 2nd, and when I would dive at his legs, I almost took ACL, MCL out. I mean, he needs some help. Coach, get him out of the game. But on 1st and 10, oh my God, boom, I'm not playing with them. But we will go on and win the ball game. I didn't have a so well game. I had 5 total tackles. On to our next game against 8-1 North Illinois. Did not start off so well. On 1st and 10, he went to go get the first down, but boom, I laid that boom on the quarterback to get my revenge, and I came in and I was not playing with this quarterback. I made sure to raise it all day for the rest of his night. I was not playing with him. And on 1st and 10, I read the screen off the look of my eyes and I threw him to that ground. I mean, Big Mac Pimp Daddy is tired of losing. He went and got another sack, but on 1st and 10, he gets another sack, and he absolutely made him fly. He told his teammate, I'm a monster. As you can see, on 1st and 10, I was dipping and ripping. I couldn't find a way. The O-lineman picked me up, and I finally got away and dived at his legs and got a sack. I told him there is nowhere to go, Mr. Quarterback. But on 1st and 10, I made sure to meet this running back before he got started. And on 3rd and 6, boom, you're not getting the ball. On 2nd and 4, throw him to that ground because I'm a grown man and I'm breaking records out here. I will break the sack record with 53 sacks on the season. I was fired up. We going to win the game, and I get player of the game with 11 total tackles. On to our next game against 5-5 Kent State. On 1st and 10, I made sure to detach myself and get to that running back. But on 1st and 10, I got to the quarterback, and I made sure to put my shoulder pad to his stomach so he could feel me. But as you can see, I'm just a disruption. I hit the running back and the quarterback and made him come down. And on 1st and 10, I took ACL, MCL out. And on 1st and 10, I made sure to hit that running back in the backfield, and I will get this quarterback before he gets started. On 1st and 10, boom, oh my God, ran through the O-lineman and got to the quarterback. That might be the greatest play in history. I was hyped. But on 1st and 10, as you can see, I will meet this running back and stand him up. He was not going anywhere past Big Mac Pimp Daddy. And on 3rd and 8, I will read the screen like a book, and boom, I made sure to hit him as hard as I could. And on 4th and 2, I got him. Sack! Get off of my field. We will go on and win the ball game. Sadly, that was the last game for Big Mac Pimp Daddy. We were 3rd in our conference after losing 5 games. Big Mac Pimp Daddy wasn't even a Heisman contender this year. But the upside was, it don't matter where you play at and where you lose at. Big Mac Pimp Daddy has entered the NFL draft, and he has gotten drafted by the Carolina Panthers. Up in the comments down below, will he last in the NFL?